Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon, and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media, especially important at the moment. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by Sleeping Warrior and 10th Man in G+, along with a whole bunch of people in Discord. So welcome one and all.
Good morning.
Hello, hello.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Good to have you all.
So,
Slow weekend? Good
let's
weekend?
get housekeeping out the way, Nathan.
Say again?
Let's get housekeeping out the way.
Okay, no foreplay, fine. Any signs of a physical Earth curve edge formerly known as the geometric horizon?
No.
Feel free to join in, anybody in Discord.
Come on, ballers. Share your pain.
I'm particularly interested in this question at the moment on account of the fact that it is number one globe-killing argument there is, followed by gas pressure, followed by Coriolis. Go on.
Mr. Sensible thinks that the Black Swan argument is stupid. Silly, stupid. Yeah, that's because it debunks your model, Mr. Sensible. I know you don't like it, but that don't make it stupid. So let's see you address that again. Because if we debunk the radius of Earth at best, as you said, then what are we living on?
Well, I don't care the answer to that question. The Earth is obviously and observably flat. However, the nature of the model is irrelevant when their model has become untenable. His model is a sphere Earth. His model is untenable. His model required a geometric horizon that they no longer have. So, silly argument? Well, if you consider debunking, as you put it, radius and Earth geometry a silly argument, then that would be you sticking your head in the sand, having declared that at best we'd debunk the radius. Yeah, we have. Any signs of any Earth curvature?
Not from East Vale.
No.
Anybody? Discord server? Any Earth curve on the horizon?
On the horizon? Nope.
Fair enough. Any scientific evidence of gravity?
I think what I'm going to do, Nathan, I'm going to...
Not here.
I think I'm going to drop down the list and start kicking people out of the Discord server just because nobody's... I've heard rumours that the ballers are protesting peacefully and quietly by sitting and taking up slots on the Discord server, deliberately not speaking, and then having to basically show that they're rebelling and whatever by being there. So I think we should just go through and start kicking them out if they don't speak.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it after housekeeping. We've not got a full Discord server just yet, so I'm not that keen to do that just yet, but we will do. Hey, Arwin.
Hello. Where is everyone?
Where's our audience? They don't know we're here.
The panel?
Oh, the panel. I don't know about the panel. The audience, however, they probably are completely blissfully unaware that we're even live, as was the case with you this morning, Arwin.
Well, 46 watching now in 4 minutes.
I'm just going to go through 4 minutes ago. Nathan went live. So I'm just going to click the share button and see what happens. Share and post.
I already shared it in my chat.
That's the only reason we've got an audience. Thank you for sharing, and you in the audience. More so than ever, sharing is incredibly important because we're not in the subscription feeds when live. Now, I could speculate all day about why. I'm not going to. However, it's important that you share the show, because the only reason we've got an audience is probably because Arwin and Sleeping Warrior are sharing. So thank you very much to all of you in the audience who did share. Anyway, any signs of axial rotation?
No.
Yeah, the stars rotate backwards in the south compared to the north.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but what is their axis, though?
All the stars rise in the east and set in the west. Regardless of
Yeah,
the
that's the
location.
best thing for that.
With the exception of Polaris. That is the only exception. They all do the same thing. They're not moving in opposite directions when you go to the southern quote-unquote hemisphere. That's nonsense. That assumes you're on a ball and utilises you facing the opposite direction to claim that you've got stars rotating in the opposite direction. No. They all travel in the same direction, with the exception of Polaris. They all rise in the east and set in the west, without exception. Doesn't matter where you are, they all do that.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the observer turning round and facing the opposite direction, but, you know...
I mean, everything to do with that.
Well, are we even sure what east and west is at a geometrical relation to the Earth, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those
We know
fixed
it's
points
that
that are
way.
actually real. North is real.
Oh, yeah.
It's an absolute
Oh, we
direction.
know it's over there, you know? It's like that way. But how does it orient as you move over the Earth's surface? Is it exactly in the same angular direction constantly? Or are you actually then forced to basically rotate? So this is again the equatorial orientation matter, but it could apply anywhere.
Yeah, you do. You know you do. But that doesn't change that it's an absolute direction in terms of it's always going to be where it is. And as you move, your compass needle's going to move to point towards it as you reorientate yourself.
Right.
Anyway. So axial rotation? Anybody? Discord server? Distance to the sun?
None in bed with.
Go on, Brian.
There's none in Bedworth.
Not in Leamington either. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
It's over there.
That's right, it is. Well, actually, it's grim here, so I don't know where it is. Somewhere over there.
I can only say that, by the way, because it is daytime, of course.
Right, of course. We wouldn't expect you to point out the sun at night time, Owen. We're not that unreasonable. Any evidence of a
Don't get rid of
self-perpetuating...
me.
Go on.
I just see Discord getting a lot of people getting removed. I just didn't want to get removed.
Yeah, I think Anthony's shuffling them around just to make sure there's not any dead wood in there.
Yeah, Neil
Yeah, right on.
Costantino, if you don't contribute to the show, mate, you can listen live and not take up a seat. If you are going to contribute, start talking. Otherwise, you can sit in the after show. Same for you, Mazar, 1985. Oh, look at all these people now. Ryan, same for you. If you want to listen to the show, go and listen to it live.
Anthony,
Can't find it live.
We can't find it live. That's true. You can't find it. That's a reasonable enough excuse, but no. You're talking though, Brian, so you're all right. But good response. Any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of a presupposed spherical Earth?
No, but I do like the ballers' excuse for it.
What is their excuse?
No, just the fantasy that it can actually exist.
Oh, I thought you meant the origin story. I like the origin story best.
Oh yeah, the origin story is good, but just the mental gymnastics you have to have. I heard some ballers the other day talking about what gravity would be like at the center if a human being were able to be in the exact center. Like, would they experience gravity? And it's just the conceptual gymnastics that they would have to think of just to ponder it. Just mind-boggling. It's funny.
What we've got left. Any single viable hypothesis from any of the fields of astronomy, cosmology, or astrophysics?
No, mate.
No.
Any evidence that you can have gas pressure without the necessary antecedent of a container to press upon?
No.
Last but by no means least, any evidence of the R value, Earth radius?
That's just fictitious.
Don't you need a geometric horizon to figure that out?
Yeah, you do, yeah. Well, that concludes the housekeeping. So you're having a right juggling match in the Discord server, Anthony.
I'm just tired of people sitting there lurking and not contributing in any way. I mean, there's no need for them to be there. They can listen to the show on YouTube. Other people might be more accommodating. I'm not. It bugs me when people don't come in and do something.
No, I agree. It's one of those that if you allow the Discord server on the live stream to go beyond what it is now, I can't see everybody. They can't physically all fit on the screen. It won't on any. It doesn't matter if I had a screen 10 times bigger. It wouldn't make any difference. That's just how much Discord allows you to see at any one time. So based on that, if there's a full house, I want to be able to see everyone. So if they're causing audio chaos when there's a good bit, then they can, if I can't see them and I can't get to them quick enough. So we've limited the numbers, but then they've decided from what you're saying to just fill up the seats and then say nothing, so that there's no embarrassing idiot that comes along and goes,
Yeah, that's it.
then just destroys their own paradigm by opening their mouths. Because at the moment, the worst thing they can do is talk here. So by preventing people coming into the live show, it means that the seats can't be filled up with random fundies. Hey, Paul.
Hello.
Oh, silky smooth today. Sounds like you're on your...
Can't talk to them.
Oh, okay. Sounds like you're on your Yeti mic. I won't engage you in too much conversation, Paul. So how's your weekend been?
Hey, I'm going to post something in Master B.
Paul has, yeah, I noticed that. Hopefully he'll fill us in.
Okay, let's. All right, I got 2 slides of Master B. Can someone pull them up? Look at the first. I need some
Yeah, no worries. Some
comments
screen.
on these.
Yep, it's up.
All right. So this is from an excerpt from A.T. Young, Andrew Thomas Young, Rays and Beams. I'd like a little commentary on this before we go to the next slide. Rays and beams. There's another catch to the straight line statement. Lines are a geometric idealization. What? They have no width. These straight or curved lines along with which light moves are usually called rays in optics. Like the lines of geometry, they are convenient fiction. There really is no such thing as a ray of light. Instead, what exists in the real world is a beam of light, and beams have width. Right away, I should caution you that what I call a beam of light may not be what you call a beam of light. You probably think something like searchlight beam, all lit up and plainly visible. But that searchlight beam is only visible because of light that is scattered out of the actual beam. So what you see is not the beam itself, but the path of the beam, made visible by the light that being scattered out of it toward your eye. If a beam were traveling through a vacuum, instead of through a polluted urban air, it would be quite invisible. So remember, I'm talking about invisible beams. Now, what is the relation between rays and beams? Well, beams are real and rays are something we imagine. You can think of a ray as the center line of a narrow beam, if you like. I can't understand what this man's talking about.
I can.
Go ahead.
I'm not reading it though. I'm just listening to what you're saying, and it sounds great
Well, then
so
go-
far.
What do you mean sounds great so far?
I don't know. What are you reading from?
Lines are geometric idealization? Is
No.
that possible? Well, that's what he says.
Well, that's philosophical garbage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if we go to the next slide, do we have that, Nathan? Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up.
Stupid mute button.
Yay,
Yes,
nay.
it is.
Okay, sorry. The mute
Circulating
button.
rays.
I'm talking there. Okay, the mute button. Okay, this is the one that the QE has often said from Andrew Thomas Young as well. If you go to the bottom of that larger paragraph, in general, the curvature of the ray is different from the curvature of their surface. We're only concerned with rays that bend just enough to follow the curve of the Earth. The simplest solution to the horizontal ray paradox is to remind ourselves that rays are an unrealistic mental construct. In reality, we always have a beam of light. Infinitely narrow rays do not exist. So there he goes in another section saying pretty much the same thing. So what is ray bending if they don't exist? And what is this straight lines aren't geometry? I mean, I can't follow this guy's doublespeak.
You done with the slide?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm just they twist sentences, say things that make you think like they know more than you, but then when you go slowly read them, you say, "What the heck are you trying to say here?" They use mathematics, and then they say, "But you can't trust the mathematics."
Well, you summarised it. It's the height of doublespeak.
Hmm.
Hey, I've been trying to speak in Discord.
Hey, Neil, go ahead.
I keep getting moved out of the way. No, I can't. Anthony kept saying, if you're not going to participate, and I'm like, yes, I'm trying. No axial rotation from Brooklyn. But I guess
Fair
he
enough.
wasn't hearing me.
I've just got to kick people out, mate. Apologies if I kicked you out prematurely. I do suffer a little bit from premature ejection.
Understood, Anthony. Big fan.
Cool, man.
People will
I
make
just
their
want
way
some
in.
contribution. I don't like people just sat there doing nothing. It's like they're trolling up like silently and like, what's the word? Passive aggressive. It's like, no, we're not doing that today.
Anthony, you're forgiven. Need no more explanations.
Maybe
I was trying, though. I was
Cool.
trying to speak.
I'll plug the join link. So if you did want to join, feel free to challenge us on anything that's been discussed. If you listen to the housekeeping questions and you feel that there is a rebuttal, there is a link in the info box below this video, right at the bottom of the info box. There's a link to Discord. And there's, for a change, plenty of gaps. Thanks to Anthony, hustling people out who aren't talking.
Well,
There's
it did
plenty
say
of
that it was being
spaces
suppressed.
for people that do want to contribute. If you do want to present some evidence for like axial rotation or gas pressure, all the key points that we ask about, let's hear it.
Main one I want to hear about is people's rebuttal to the demolishment of the geometric model that is a globe Earth, otherwise known as the Black Swan. Got a close eye
My
on.
son don't believe the picture.
Go on, Neil.
My son does not believe the picture. So I'm running into a brick wall with him, my 17-year-old.
How do you mean doesn't believe the picture?
He thinks it's fake.
The video for a start, so feel free to go and check out the full video. There's several of them. He does it quite
It's
frequently.
CGI. It's CGI again.
Yeah,
That's just
what he
flat out
says.
denial. There's not a great deal you can do about just flat out denial. When people deny the evidence of their own eyes, there's not a lot you can do to help them.
But it's my son.
Get him to take his own picture or phone.
It's like Morpheus says to Neo when he's walking through the test program, pretending he's in the real Matrix, real world, whatever you want to call it, in what looks like the real world, but actually is a computer simulation. And he says some people just aren't ready to be woken up, and they'll fight like mad to try and protect the system they're in. And isn't it the truest words ever spoken?
Yep. Right. You defend what you know. That's your home. That's the home for your mind.
Exactly. And there are certain,
Or what you think you know.
well, there's certain processes that you can employ to reaffirm your own religious belief. One of them, hats off to Arwin, is chanting. And that's what they do. We used to call it rinse and repeat. It isn't rinse and repeat, it's chanting. That's what they're doing, chanting their rhetoric over and over again to reaffirm it. Because it's being challenged. So if they say it again and again and again and again, it'll eventually become real. Is it called an incantation, Arwin? You probably know this terminology better than I do.
Incantation? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The terminologies are kind of disputed. You know, people use different terminologies. It's more like I consider it like a spell. If you just say something over and over and you visualize it constantly, which could be looking at an icon. You know, in a way, some Christian religions also have people that do this. To just stare at icons and then they imagine all these things. You know, that are so important to them. Well, ballers do that in their own way by reaffirming their model, which is the core essence, the structure of their religion, and the maths involved and all that.
It is an incantation. They just read the definition from Wiki. An incantation, a spell, a charm, an enchantment, or a bewitchery is a magical formula intended to trigger a magical effect on a person or objects. The formula can be spoken, sung, or chanted. An incantation can also be performed during ceremonial rituals or prayers. That's what it is. They're chanting.
Well, chanting would be the more religious type version of a spell. So, yeah, the real believers, they will do it religiously. Now, there's also the wizards that kind of know it's not real, and they do it very differently because they deal with different things mentally. They're not trying to fool themselves. They're trying to fool others. See? But yeah, the ballers we deal with, a lot of them are just believers.
Yeah.
So they chant. They don't spellcast. They chant. Because they believe.
Right, who's posting this in... Which feed is this? Master B. No. That's 10th! What are you doing 10th? Gone quiet.
What? I'm bringing attention to one guy, one country who's not buying the BS.
Okay.
How long he's going to live? We're not canceling anything. Belarus president ignores coronavirus threat. Urges citizens to drink vodka, play hockey, hits on us. Love this guy.
Okay. And what's the other one? Shock report, EU total deaths per week for all 24 reporting countries combined is lower than normal weekly rate in every age group. Okay. How do you know this is true? Have you checked this? What's your source?
Andrew Thomas Young, of course.
Your source for this was Andrew Thomas Young. Come off it. I don't think so. Right.
Well, you know, according to the stats,
the sources right there.
Right. Well, according to the stats, officially the coronavirus.
Oh my God!
Actually,
flat Earth debate.
I know.
Hello?
This is pure joke. It's gonna end. But this is from Owen Benjamin. He said that the coronavirus has officially heightened the life expectancy of people in Spain because the average death for corona was higher than the average death age. Statistically, that is.
Fabulous. Meanwhile, we don't have a geometric physical sphere edge horizon for their globe model. But let's talk about the current propaganda. Why not?
I know, I thought it was funny.
Well, they're nowhere to be found. Black Swan destroyed them, and they've been January. I mean, look at the absence of ballers here.
Say again, Neil?
Aren't they both propaganda?
The physical geometric sphere edge being debunked could be classified as propaganda before it was debunked. The debunking of it isn't propaganda, it's just highlighting a geometric impossibility.
Agreed. But things are strange around here, though. They got tape marks at the Dunkin' Donuts where you can only go 7 feet to the next customer. They got glass shields over all the cashiers in the
It's not going to
supermarket.
end, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm on mute. I'm not going to tut and sigh while he says it. He'll just get annoyed.
Go on, Neil. Finish it up. Round off the point.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt somebody?
No. Finish up.
It's
No, I'm
hard
just
to
saying
escape.
it's strange. They got glass partitions between the cashiers and the customer now. You can't get within 6 feet of the next person in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Jesus H. Christ. Oblivion.
Dude, not
what
in the
hell
mic.
are you doing? Oblivion.
I'm
So
Hello?
sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, go on mute. Don't do that again.
I'm really sorry. I'm usually pushed to talk. I don't know what happened.
Terrible. 7 feet and glass and donuts.
Go on, Neil. Finish off your thought. Feel free.
That's all I wanted to say. It's just very strange. That's all. I'm still waiting to get it. I was in the epicenter for 2 weeks, so I've been out of there for going on my second week, and I haven't had a symptom. I think it's a bunch of crap.
Neil, I thought when you said 7 feet, glass and donuts, there'd be a twist to the story.
King of Pun. That's what you should change your name to. Not 10th Man, King Pun.
King Pun?
Hey, Runs with Scissors. How you doing?
Better king pun than a kingpin. Unless you're the kingpin of puns.
Unless you live at a bowling alley. Well, the Ballers have conceded, Nathan. It's over. Black Swan killed them all.
Maybe. I mean, it's no offense to Neil, but he's a reflection of everyone's general mindset at the moment. You know, people are, whether they want to be or not, preoccupied with the things. Well, that's understandable given the current circumstances that we face. So I understand people wanting to talk about it. I understand it being a massive distraction. Doesn't change what our show's about. It's still the same show, right?
Yeah, but if the Ballers had anything, they'd be on here gloating and celebrating and saying, gotcha, but when it's the other way around, they're hiding.
Well, they want to do it within their own echo chambers, which is why I'm keeping a close tab on the search terms. Even though some of them, like Simon Dan, are quite sneaky and don't put it in their search terms, so I don't come across them unless Itzik Carmona tells me in a chat that Simon Dan's covered the Black Swan, because he didn't have it in his title, didn't have it in his tags, didn't have it in his description, so I didn't find it. But I found it eventually. And then highlighted the nonsense, towing the line, saying bullshit, refraction, undoing his own geometry. But like I say, I'm keeping my ear to the ground because I want to see a debunking. I want to see someone actually try and attempt to debunk it with something other than something that actually debunks their argument.
So what you really want is what they really, really, really want but can't get. It's become like that, is it?
Yeah. I want the magical unicorn they want. I want them to come up with a way of squaring this circle. And this circle needs squaring because the geometric physical sphere edge horizon in the geometric Earth curve model has been relinquished following the Black Swan. You only need one. The next thing you know, everyone on your opponent's side is telling you how non-geometric the horizon is. It's refracted according to them now. Yeah, that's because of the Black Swan. It's geometric in the model. It must be that horizon because we've only got one. But they're all telling us how it isn't that horizon. So, yeah, I'm waiting for someone to actually come up with a decent debunking and square that circle, make the horizon geometric again. Go on, Fundies, where's that geometric horizon?
Well, maybe Mr. Sensible wasn't too far off, even though he got a lot of grief, and deservedly. Because the whole globe model is a model, and Black Swan proved that the model was wrong. That's why he said, well, the best you've done is disprove the radius. But they got such a bigger problem now. So they're in a bad place, no matter which way they look at it.
Hey, Nathan, hashtag MHGA.
What's that?
Make Horizon geometric again.
Oh, my hashtag's just the number 1 and then Horizon. Hashtag 1 Horizon, right?
Right.
We've only got one horizon, and the horizon in their model is geometric. Therefore, the horizon we should see should be, if it's their model, that horizon. That's the one in their model. That's the one they're saying proves out the sphericity of the Earth. That's what they call Earth curve. So we're going to need to see it for it to be proven out by the model that you're claiming it's proven out by. So declarations that we don't see something that's marked with an X in a model, labelled horizon, that actually it's a different horizon, and we have to position this donkey dick geometry line in a different position with a straight line to a position we don't physically see, that you'd see if it was there in a bent format, that tangent line. Yeah, the whole thing is just a complete shit show. For them, not us. For us, it's happy days.
I think Arwen's business should have a lot of clientele at this point. Arwen's willing to help the ballers in their arguments for a small fee, right, Arwen?
You mean the 6 million?
6 million is not going to buy them a geometric. You can't square the circle.
You mean the
no
ball,
amount of money.
not the euro.
There's no amount of money that's going to buy them a geometric horizon. It's been debunked. It is now untenable. You can't unscramble scrambled eggs. Once the horizon is declared to no longer be physical, it's no longer the geometric horizon in their model. It can't go back. No money will save this. It is the end of the geometric globe Earth argument. Whether or not they like it is a different matter. Whether or not they understand it is a different matter. How long it'll take for them to understand their declarations of refracted horizons debunks their own geometry. For that penny to drop, it might take another 6 months for the people actually arguing about it. For the other people who aren't, or the people sticking their head in the sand, it's going to take even longer.
I don't know.
Yeah, but can't Arwen benefit from the fact that the ballers have money and they'll throw it away?
No, they're not going to throw it away.
Yeah, they're going to want
Not like
value.
that.
They're going to want him to unscramble scrambled eggs and make a geometric horizon where one no longer exists.
Well, I can do that. I kind of already did. It's just being overlooked, you know. That's why they're not paying me, because I am doing it anyway, because I can't help it.
Hello, Brian and Discord. How you doing?
I already told them exactly what they need to do, but yeah, they're never going to be able to step away from the doublethink process at this. It's just that part is gone. The original trick of just helping people to imagine how the horizon could be the leading edge of a sphere, that really is gone. But that doesn't mean it is the complete end of it. You know, doublethink can bring you a long way. Just have to insert it here and there, and you can still dream on.
Yeah, for a while.
They're waiting for the pronouncement from their, scientific experts. They don't think on their own. They wait for the pronouncement to be handed down. That's fine if that's the way you want to roll, but the horizon's looking pretty flat.
You're absolutely right. People want to be told what's what. Tell me, master, what do I do now? Stay in your house. Okay, what else do I do? Don't touch your face. Okay.
It's beautiful that they have so much faith in, their, right think, masters in science and government and the media. I used to have that too until I saw some of the inconsistencies, that is.
I think what's going on with them is that it's been firmly pointed out to them that what they actually have, or what they're left with, is what they always had, which is a pseudo-geometric belief that has no place in reality, and they're under serious pressure.
I thought about how if the ball was rotating, the sunlight would hit the roof of a room and then systematically be angled downward toward the floor like on a rotating object, only reverse since you're inside of the room. And we really don't see that. We do see light hit the ceiling, but it doesn't, go forward and progressively hit the floor downward like it's rotating. Because of diffraction, when light goes through an opening, kind of splashes through. And so you will get a bit of the light hitting the ceiling, but it's not like a laser that goes up and then angles downward progressively throughout the day, like it should be if we were on a rotating object. The angle of light always comes down and at an angle, like the sun is always above you, but not like you're on a rotating object that's rotating toward the light of the sun.
Yeah, I watched a short video where it showed somebody spinning around while looking up at the stars with a good camera, and I literally, it's only a very short piece. I think it's only a few seconds, and the reason is you start getting sick. You start feeling nauseous if you're spinning around and the stars are staying still. It makes you feel nauseous. So
That's what's so insidious about what they've done. Got us to deny the input from one of our senses that says that we are not moving by saying that we're moving so gently we don't notice the movement, which is just an assumption. They don't even have any math to back it up as far as I can tell. They say that you can start feeling, movement around 6 centimeters per second or something like that, 6 to 8 centimeters per second. But on an absolute scale, that's like 2-3 miles a day when we're going millions of miles through space. Theoretically, we would feel at least something.
You would feel it. Adam
you
Meakin.
would.
Hold on one second. Adam Meakin did the maths for this. So he may be in the audience. He might pop by sometime. If I see him in the next week or so, and I remember, I'll ask him to dig out the maths for this. But he did calculate it. It is tiny. So while you might think, oh, no, you definitely feel it, and that's kind of your gut instinct. Well, no. Yes, you'd feel it. No, it wouldn't be some immense force. But yes, you would definitely feel it. It's movement. So regardless of how slight, you'd still feel it. That was just based on the calculations for Earth turn. None of the other movements. Just that one. But Adam did calculate it out once and present me with the maths. And it was kind of a debunking to all the people who would say, it'd be so obvious. And well, no, it wouldn't necessarily be. But you'd still feel it. That's the point.
Nathan, I just want to
Definitely.
invite.
I'm feeling 20 miles in a car. I'm feeling millions of miles in space. I don't care what you say. And then on top of that, they say you only feel acceleration. Well, a rotating, motion is inherently accelerational because you have to constantly change your position to maintain the same position around the central axis, assuming you're spinning, which no experiment has ever proven that we're moving at all.
This was a point that Hube was sort of banging for quite a while in the comments section, and even moaning at me for not discussing it enough, saying that, based on all those different axes that you're travelling through, you'd feel speed changes. There would be speed changes, which would be discernible to a huge extent. Like I say, when Adam did the maths, he's just calculating out the rotating sphere. However, as YouTube will often point out in the chat, no, there's going to be massive speed changes, and you would definitely feel them. So from that perspective, no, the maths hasn't been done for that, but I'm going to make the overt statement in that regard. Like being on a waltzer, you notice it.
I love Effie's return to reality. We see flat level land, and the globe does not model the flat level land that we see. I particularly like the Hebrew cosmology flat model. Very sleek, very elegant. Flat land, with the North Pole in the center. Continents radiating out, surrounded by the ocean, surrounded by an Antarctic ice wall of about 40 to 60,000 miles in circumference, give or take, covered by a hemispheric dome that's about 100 miles up if you get meteorite activity 80 to 120 miles up above us, and assuming that meteorites are chips off the old dome, as it were. Under the waters above, under the heavenly throne of God, the land being thick with underground caverns on pillars on top of a watery deep. Hell or Tartarus at the heart of the earth.
We don't know all those things.
Yeah, it's all right. These are his beliefs. He hasn't expressly stated that, however.
Fair enough.
What about the media that's going to hit on April 29th?
The chip off the dome? I'm
Hold
not
on
scared.
1 second.
It'll be like a quarter if that. We don't get big pizzas that fall down.
Sorry, just 1 sec. Hey,
No,
Sean.
they said something about it.
Hold on. Hello. Hey, Sean. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Good to have you. Sorry to interrupt Discord and Neil. Just wanted to say hello.
Thank you.
Who are you talking to then, Patreon?
What? I'm talking to Sean. I just said hello to him.
Oh, I thought I heard you say welcome to Patreon.
No, I don't think so.
Sean's pretty good at certain topics.
But now you mention it, big shout out to all my Patreons. Welcome to all of you. Definitely hello. Thanks for the segue.
You got that one in.
Yeah, join me on Patreon.
Sean's pretty good. Sean's pretty good with a couple of topics, aren't you, Sean?
I am. I figured we'd talk about this Horizon situation. A few things aren't being said as correctly as they should be.
Oh, you're really inaudible. I don't know whether it's too close to your mic or what.
I can't
my bad. I'm trying to speak low. I got people sleeping in the house right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you're just a bit too close to your mic.
All right, my bad.
What did you say? Something
the
about black
idea
swans?
that anyone's saying that we see a geometric horizon, it's not true. We never see a geometric horizon.
Welcome to Flat Earth. Welcome to Flat Earth.
That's the first
model.
step.
Hold on, Sean. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, the basic claim, your claim basically boils down to the only thing
Discord, we've heard from you. Thank you. Welcome to Flat Earth, Sean. Your model has got a X next to the word horizon in the geometric model. That is your horizon. Now, you've just openly and boldly declared that we never see that. Well, thank you very much. No, you're right. We never see the geometric horizon in your geometric model. That's correct. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Well, again, when you're talking a model of the globe, you're talking geometric because we don't observe the model. We only enter the data that we get from the model. What we see is the apparent horizon, and that's.
Oh, what we enter is the data from the model based on R. Well, you'd need a geometric horizon for that. The model's got an R value that gives you a geometric horizon, Sean. Were you unaware it's marked with an X labelled horizon based on the R value? So you're definitely going to need a geometric horizon. Your R value's basing your model on that. Were you unaware?
Yeah. Well, see, we don't ever observe the geometric horizon.
I know. Welcome to Flat Earth. We know, Sean. Sean, I already said. Okay. Thank you. We know we never observe the horizon in your geometric model, labelled horizon marked with an X and geometric. And according to you, we never see that. We would need to see that if we're looking at your model, and we don't according to you. So welcome to Flat Earth. You'd need to see that geometric horizon.
Okay, in the model you're speaking. Okay.
No, not in the model. No, not in the model. In reality.
Okay. If we're talking reality, then we're not talking the geometric.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, if we're talking reality, we definitely. Horizon. Yeah, if we're talking reality, we're definitely not talking about your geometric model. That's right, Sean. Welcome to Flat Earth.
If we are making observations, no, we are not talking about the geometric horizon.
That's correct. Even though we've spent months, if not years, discussing how photographs compare to that geometric model, you're right, Sean. If we're talking about photographs and observations, we're definitely not talking about your geometric sphere model with its geometric horizon. That's right. Welcome to Flat Earth.
When we're making observations, you aren't making an observation to compare against the geometric horizon.
No, we're not, but you spastics are. You've come here for years, showing us photos and comparing them to that model, you moron. No, so what do you mean we're not doing that? That's precisely what you've been doing for the last 4 straight years. Hello? You said we're not doing that.
I'm telling you exactly.
Sorry, hello? Hello? There was a long pause, and now you're talking through my repetition. Yet you've just said we're not comparing photos to the geometry, yet you've spent 4 years doing just that. Hello?
I said when we make observations, we are not observing the geometry.
No shit. And my response, you've spent 4 years doing exactly that. Are you deaf?
Actually, I haven't had this conversation with you, so I'm not really sure what.
Sorry, I've got 4 years worth of debates where morons like you come along, present photos and compare them to Earth curve geometry.
Well, if you're talking about the tangent line, then you can do that in any observation. But what we're talking about now is a horizon.
Excuse me, you can do that with any observation. How are you going to draw a straight tangent line when all the lines are bent and refracted? A tangent is straight. So your declaration that you can do that on any observation, meaning reality, not meaning your model, would be to assert that you can apply a straight line to bent lines. A tangent's straight.
That's how we know it's a mirage.
Oh, so you're not going to be performing geometry then? So if it's a mirage and you've got bent lines, how the hell are you going to draw a tangent, which is a straight line?
Because that's what you're looking. You look in a straight line.
Sorry, you've just explained that all the bloody lines are bent! You stupid dick! So no, according to you, it's all refracted, not straight! So you double-speaking fundy shite nonsense won't get past me. You've just declared it's all refracted and now you're saying we see in straight lines. No, you've just gone to great efforts to explain how it's not straight.
Do you actually listen? Because I haven't said...
Yeah, you've just told me it's going in straight lines. Is straight refracted, idiot?
Said it.
Is straight refracted?
What? Say it. Repeat it again.
Is
I never said that.
straight refracted?
Straight refracted. What does that even?
It means what you're bloody arguing for this bloody argument, you stupid idiot. How thick are you?
I actually haven't argued anything. I've been listening.
I've argued that you're claiming all the light's bent, refracted horizon. We never see a geometric horizon. It's refracted, it's apparent. That's what you've argued. Now you've simultaneously told us that all the lines we see are straight. That's not the same as you claiming they're refracted. That means deviated from straight, you complete bonehead.
Everything you see is refraction.
So not straight then! So when you say we see straight lines, you mean we don't see straight lines, therefore cannot do geometry.
How do you know what I'm even saying?
Because you said we see straight lines straight after telling us how refracted everything was.
I did? I haven't...
Yeah, you did! Are you stupid? Are you slow? Can you not pay attention to your own bloody words? You went to great lengths to tell us that we never see a geometric horizon. Why? Because it's always refracted. Then you tell us, when asked how we're going to get a tangent, that we always see straight. So you don't seem to be keeping up with your own bloody nonsense, you fool.
It's pretty clear that you're just full of shit of what you're saying.
Excuse me, don't swear at me. You've just gone to great lengths to explain how everything's refracted, then told us we see in straight lines. That would be a contradiction.
Thanks. You haven't let me talk at all. How have I...
You've told us that everything's refracted and we don't see a geometric horizon. Then when I asked you where you're going to get a straight line from, that would be a tangent, you said we see straight. That's what you told me. A complete and total contradiction. Now, if you can't accept that you've contradicted yourself with your own nonsense, and then you claim I'm full of shit when I unpackage and totally expose your contradiction, then you're merely an asshole who can't keep up with his own doublespeak.
Are you going to let me talk now? I mean, we've only gotten 4 seconds out before you start talking.
I'll do as I damn well please. When someone tells me that we don't have a geometric horizon and I welcome them to flat Earth, and their explanation for not having a geometric horizon is that everything is always refracted, and then I ask them how they're going to draw a straight line, that would be a tangent, and you explain that everything's straight, I'm going to hold your toes to the fire and point out your contradiction, you unbelievable retard. If it's all refracted by definition, it is not straight. So where are you going to get tangent from? Where are you going to get tangent for your geometry? Where are you going to get a tangent for your geometry? That's a straight line in amongst all the refraction.
What refraction is?
Oh, he's just talking through my fucking question. What an arsehole. So you're not going to listen to my question, arsehole. You're just going to talk through it and then hopefully ignore the question that you've obfuscated non-stop since I asked it the first time. If everything's being bent with refraction, where are you going to get a straight line for your geometry? That would be a tangent.
Can I actually talk now? You know?
You're going to get one last chance to answer my fucking question, then I'm going to kick you out. Where are you getting a straight line from if it's all refracted?
Kick me out.
You talked through my question, and now you're asking for permission to talk after talking through my question? I've asked it about 6 times. I want to know, given that all the light's refracted according to you, where the hell you're going to get a straight line from for the tangent?
Your observation, wait, do you look in curved or do you look in a straight, can you look in a straight line?
You've just told me it's all curved. Sorry, according to you, it's all refracted. That means deviated from straight. And now you're asking me if I see in a curved line. Sorry, you've just explained how it's all refracted. Now you're asking me if it's straight. So should we completely ignore the complete nonsense that you've declared that we only see non-geometry refracted bent lines and then ask me if they're straight or not? What kind of an idiot are you?
Wait, do you even have a clue what you're even saying, or do you just...
Yes! You are telling us we never see geometry, it's refracted. That would mean you can't draw straight lines to it. When I asked where you're getting a tangent from, you said we see in straight lines and are now asking me to justify your contradiction, and you're constantly talking through the demolition of your contradiction. It's like you want to censor it. You want to censor the fact that you've contradicted yourself by non-stop talking through me and not listening to the repetition of the question for the 8th time, where you're getting a straight line from if all the lines are refracted. Instead, you'll ignore that question and ask me if I understand, or ask me if the lines are straight.
I didn't ask you any of those questions, or of that.
Sorry, did you not just ask me only 30 seconds ago? It's like I've got the same short-term memory problem he has. He just literally asked me if we do not see in straight lines. That was your question to me. And I've pointed it out and labelled it while you've talked through me. And now you're saying you haven't asked me if we only see in straight lines, given that your opening gambit was to tell us everything's refracted, ergo bent lines. But you want to tell me that you haven't asked me if things travel in straight lines after a declaration that everything's bent? Yeah, you have. You've got short-term memory problems.
No, I didn't ask you if things travel in straight lines.
Yeah, you did. Do you want me to trim it out in the edit? Because your lie will only go on a short little edit, you moron. This is being recorded.
Yeah, me too. I'm recording it on my side, so when all...
Yeah, good for you. I will edit out the part where you ask me if light is not travelling in a straight line, and then 30 seconds later deny that you even asked it. You lying scumbag, fundy, double-speaking, contradicting idiot. Yeah, you've come on and told us how light is all bent, and then you've come on and told us how it's all going in straight lines. That's a contradiction, you complete moron.
How did I tell you all this? Because every time I start talking, you...
Yeah, because every time you open your mouth, you talk nonsense. You ask me if light's travelling in a straight line, having declared that it's not. It's all bent.
I didn't ask you for light.
Yeah, you did. Second time you've denied it. Yeah, I've recorded it. You asked me if all the light was actually straight. Does light not travel in a straight line to your eye? Well, after your declaration that it's all bent, no, not according to you.
That was not... You ready to actually listen so you can actually understand what I said?
Okay, how'd you get a straight line given that all the light's refracted according to you? Go.
I didn't say you gives a straight line, but if...
Then you can't do geometry, you complete bonehead. If you can't draw a straight line, you don't have a tangent, and your model requires a straight line tangent drawn to the tip of the curved surface. You claim it's the geometric horizon, blocking things in the distance. So you absolutely require a straight line, idiot.
You're a liar.
Sorry, now I'm getting called a liar. No, that's what geometry is. A tangent's a straight line. You're going to require one to do geometry, moron. I'm not a liar. You're an idiot. Double-speaking, contradicting moron.
You're literally...
So now it's just lie through my double-speak declaration that you have utilised.
This is fun.
Oh, really? What, getting smashed by me is fun, is it? What, telling me that, or asking me if light actually travels in a straight line to my eye after going to great lengths of explaining that we never see a geometric horizon and we could never therefore draw a tangent, but you're going to magic a straight line out your ass?
I didn't say... You ready to actually hear my argument?
My argument is that you'd require a geometric horizon to do geometry, and you'd need to draw a straight line to that physical geometric horizon, and I'm asking where you're getting that straight line from, given that everything according to you is refracted. Now, if you can't answer where the hell you'll get a straight line to do globe geometry from, it's only because it's the end of the globe model. You don't have a geometric horizon.
You are correct. We do not observe geometric horizon.
Welcome to Flat Earth. That's correct. We don't have a geometric horizon, but your model does.
The model isn't real. We don't observe on a model.
Excellent. Welcome to Flat Earth. That's absolutely correct. The model is not real. That's right, Sean. Good dog.
It is the data that is collected from observations.
No, it's an assumption of an R value, giving you a geometric horizon in a model that you'll correlate with photographs and have done for 4 years, despite your denial of that.
When we observe pictures, we do not observe the geometric horizon.
That's correct. You observe pictures. We don't observe a geometric horizon, yet 4 years after non-stop fundies comparing pictures to your reified R value and its geometric horizon, you now declare, what, as a defence, that those two things are not the same? Yeah, that would be our argument, Sean.
No, your argument is whatever you think will make people think you're right. But
I think by declaration from you that we don't have a geometric horizon, despite there being one in your geometric model, that's convincing enough for my audience. Your declaration of a lack of physicality, your declaration over and over again that we'll never see a geometric horizon, even though it being the thing in your model claimed to be proving Earth curve.
Proving Earth curve, the geometric. Do you understand that what a geometric horizon is versus?
No, we don't have one. I don't understand what a geometric horizon is. We never see one. We don't have one, according to you.
Yeah, we don't observe the geometric horizon.
Right, but there's definitely one in your model. It's marked with an X labelled horizon and been proven for the claim to be proving out the Earth curve for the last 4 years when comparing that geometric model and its assumed R value, giving you a geometric physical horizon to block things in the distance, and how much it does prove those photos that are being compared, or were, before the Black Swan, were proving Earth curve by comparing something that you don't have, a geometric horizon marked with an X in your model, with photographs. Nonsense, according to Sean G. You're not doing very well here. You're burying your model.
You are literally lying out your ass to what?
It's not a lie. You no longer have a geometric horizon. That's your declaration. So if it's a declaration that you've made, that's a lie, and we do have a geometric horizon, maybe you'd be able to show me that, as opposed to point it out in your model and tell me over and over again how that isn't reality. That would be our argument, that we don't have the reality of your geometric model. You think it's proven out by showing us photos and comparing them. Well, you did until today, and now you're saying that's not real.
Pictures, wait, what pictures have you seen that I've shown?
Sorry, it's a baseless generalisation for all of you fundies who utilise Earth curve geometry on this show and have done for 4 years. Just because you haven't utilised Earth curve geometry to claim it proves the ball doesn't mean that that isn't the standard religious rhetoric of your religion in a ball Earth, you moron.
The curve.
He's not listening to a word I'm saying. He's literally not listening to me.
In the radius of the Earth.
Why are you talking constantly through me, Sean? Sean, earlier you moaned. Now you're talking through me constantly. Why are you continually talking through me and not listening to a word I'm saying anymore?
Because you haven't let me talk at all, so I have to find my points. I got to talk sometime, right?
Sorry, you spoke and told us about how you had Earth curve based on geometry that wasn't ever seen. You said we never see a geometric horizon, but that's the very basis of your religion in geometry. Now you're saying I've never made this argument. Well, that's what you're talking about, you fundy moron. That is your argument, you stupid dick. Now you're moaning that you're not getting enough time to speak after asking me where you're going to get a straight line from, given that that was my question, and you want to bleat and moan about it. Yeah, well, you bleat and moan while I continually ask you where you're getting a straight line from. A question you're yet to answer, Sean. You're not answering me about where we're going to get a straight line for your geometry. You're only declaring that we never see a geometric horizon, which is our argument, you complete idiot. So declarations that you don't have the geometry that you require isn't going to win you a point here. It's simply relinquishing the model's necessity for a physical geometric sphere edge for a horizon. That's all you're doing.
I didn't hear anything you said. I was busy.
What, busy talking through me? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because you're not giving me a chance to talk. So when am I going to talk?
Well, every single time you get an opportunity to talk, you moan about the fact that you're not getting an opportunity to talk, rather than telling me where you're going to get a straight line for a tangent. You bleat and moan about your non-chance to talk. And while I point it out, you talk through me. So all you're doing is talking through me and moaning when you get completely unimpeded air to make an actual argument that you're not getting an opportunity to talk. So you're appealing to format rather than actually trying to prove you've got a physical, geometric, sphere-edge horizon for your geometric, physical Earth curve model. And with that, I'll say, if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley 1980 premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you're watching this live on the Nathan Oakley channel, this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who did tune in, hopefully shared and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned if you're watching on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!